Hey everyone, welcome to Unit 2, Periodic Table and Trends, Section 1, Types of Elements and Reactivity. This is a preview video for Honors Chemistry, so if you are looking for Section 1 for Gen Chem, close out, go back. Otherwise, you are on the right track. Welcome. The first quote-unquote trend that we're going to look at is metallic character. Metallic character really just describes how metallic something is, how similar to a metal something is. Metals are found on this side of the periodic table. Follows the stair step, of course, with the exclusion of hydrogen. So as you move further to the left and further down, they become more and more metallic. So within the properties of metals, if I move down a column, the ones at the bottom are going to be more and more similar to that versus the ones at the top. Metals are good conductors of heat and electricity, and we'll talk about why when we get to metallic bonding, but essentially they form a grid of nuclei with electrons that just kind of flow between them, so it allows them to conduct electricity and heat very well. Most of them are solid. There's only one liquid, which would be mercury, and there are no gaseous metals, although as we mentioned, any substance can exist as a liquid or a gas. We're just talking about room temperature or traditional temperature. Their properties are all over the place, as you can see from this picture. They're different colors, they're different textures, or different amounts of shininess or luster. Most of them are ductile and malleable. Ductile means that they can be stretched into wires. Malleable means that they could be hammered flat into a sheet. So most of them are able to do that. As you move to the left, though, some of those not quite as good, and we'll talk about that next class, but all of them, for the most part, have some luster when polished. Nonmetals are, again, all over the place in terms of properties. They're even more so than the metals. They are all poor conductors of heat and electricity. In this picture, we have an example with sulfur. We have bromine, Br2. We have oxygen, or O2. Okay. Oxygen is a gas at room temperature. Bromine's a liquid. Sulfur's a solid. They're all over the place. Their colors don't really follow anything, but the gases on the periodic table do fit into the nonmetal category, including the noble gases, which have that no charge because they have a full valence shell, as well as some of the other gases that we know, oxygen, nitrogen, things like that. And then our solids are all going to be brittle solids, so they form powders rather than being able to be hammered flat or stretched into a wire. Metalloids are kind of in the middle. They're found along that staircase of the periodic table. So if we have our periodic table, the metalloids are found in that area where we have that weird staircase. So right in that area is where we found the metalloids. As such, they are found right between the metals and the nonmetals, and they have properties of both. They all are pretty much conductors of electricity, and as with anything else, as you move down the group, they become more and more italic. So this first one here is boron. This one over on the right, this is arsenic. We have antimony, which is Sb, and this is polonium. Okay, so they all have similar characteristics-ish. They're able to conduct electricity, and you're able to actually be able to shut their conductivity on and off, which is why they're called semiconductors, and they're used in electronics. The last trend, which is involving a chemical property. Okay, most of what we were talking about on those other slides were physical properties. This is a chemical property. This is the ability to perform a chemical reaction, or the ability to react with something. For metals, as you move down and left, you increase your reactivity. So the most reactive metals are found on the left-hand side and towards the bottom. For nonmetals, as you move up and right, it becomes more reactive. So the most reactive nonmetals are found to the right on the periodic table and to the top of the periodic table. The group 18 are non-reactive, so they will have no reactivity. They do not react with anything. All right, that's it for your video for this section, and I will see you guys in class next time.